Hey there, I'm Katie Joy, the Global Butterfly, and I'm doing a Facebook Live on my page for you today to share some really juicy content. Now, please forgive me because I just took a big gulp of water right before starting, and it's gone down the wrong hatch. So I've actually just recovered from the flu for the last 2 weeks, which I really wanted to do some Facebook Lives because I've been really busy with energy, with sharing with so many people. Hey, Denise, lovely to see you join us. Yeah, so I'm recovering from the flu. I've got my voice back. And yeah, so excuse me, that little bit of a cough just tickled my, the water tickled my throat. So I wanted to pop on in because, hello, beautiful. I adore you, Denise. You're amazing. Thanks for joining me. Excuse me. I wanted to share some really a bit of a download with you to invite you to look at energy a little differently. I'm Katie Joy. I work with women who all over the world. I've been working with women for the last 2 years specifically. I've been doing it for a long time, since 2008, but really deeply at a soul level since 2016. And Denise, you're on the call. You're one of my beautiful clients, so thank you for showing up. And the work that I do is I really help women. One of my gifts is I'm able to step into the soul field and to really assist with looking at the programs and the patterns that are going on that keep you stuck and prevent you from being in flow, to be able to create a life and design a life and create it the way that you love it and live it that way. So my whole concept and my whole message is to help you become awakened to your personal power. And I believe the personal power comes from life force energy, and understanding how the body works, and then how energy field works, and how keeping yourself as an open conduit allows you to be in flow, so you can be receptive to infinite possibilities. So that being said, hi Jackie, gorgeous, nice to see you. Excuse me. I was just having a chat today actually with my mum. And I was sharing some concepts with her, and I'm going to actually share the whole lot of this in depth on a free webinar that I'm sharing, which I'll give the link to. If this short little snippet resonates with you and you feel like, gosh, I'd love to experience more, I've got a free webinar. It's a masterclass online that you can access. I'll drop the link in a little bit later. But for now, I just wanted to sort of help you understand that, you know, we are people, human beings, but we're spirit beings. We're souls in a human body. And good morning, Jackie. And we often underestimate the value of our limitless possibilities and our infinite source connection. And we I'm a little lost now. We take it for granted that we're in this body, right? And I really wanted to just share with you. Hi, Joanna. Lovely to see you here. Fantastic, gorgeous. So you're just in time for me to share with you some a concept here. So really where I'm going with this is that you are programs, you're running on programs. What you're doing is, they might be perceived as behaviors, but they're programs. Your brain is like a computer system, though it's far more complex and it's far more beautiful and it's far more intelligent. But your brain is, since from 0 to 7, you've been picking up everything in your life like an open camcorder for 24/7, you know, to absorb all the programs that have been in your environment, to adapt and experience all of that information. And it's familiar to you, so it becomes your normal. And so as you grow up, you're experiencing your life through these filters of your familiar and normal. Thanks for all the love. Who's sending all that? That's a lot of love. Oh, Jared. Hi, honey. Thank you for the love. So one of the things that I was having a conversation with my mum today, because she's I love marketing, and it's something I'm really good at as well. I've been studying marketing for a very long time, but I'm also highly intuitive. So it's what's helped me have the great success for myself, but also with all of my clients. So I tap in and I'm just able to be strategic and intuitive with it, whether it's a life soul-seeking purpose or whether it's what I call the soulpreneur purpose. But my mum, who's a wonderful photographer, she's organising this event coming up for Mother's Day. And she had a bit of fear coming up around it. And while she was talking to me intuitively, I thought to myself, I wonder if I can help her step into a different way to disconnect from that pattern of thinking and to help her body instantly shift that energy. Now, I'm not going to give you that piece now. You have to come onto the masterclass to grab that if you want to experience that. Excuse me. But what I am going to share with you is the setup of that. So with excuse me, my background is I'm a paramedic, ex-paramedic. I'm also trained as a personal trainer, so I've been very much in the human physiology. Also started training as a chiropractor, psychology, and emergency care paramedicine. So a lot to do with the brain and the body, the nervous system. So I have a lot of the science behind the woo-woo. I've always had this intuitive aspect. Haven't always owned it until the last few years. I'm now 43, and 2 years ago just over 2 years ago, I had a really intense crisis, trauma in my life, really. That wasn't the only one, but it was a really big one. And it just cracked me open. I surrendered to the whole process and said, all right, I'm stepping in. I feel a calling. I'm going to just follow, because I'm going to get hit by a jet plane if I don't take up the next step. Hi, Bernie. Hi, Leanne. Hi, Teresa. Thank you, Jared. Love to you too. So when we're in stuck versus being in flow with energy, I just want you to think about, hi, Bridget, I just want you to think about something that you're afraid of right now, or whether it's in your own personal life, whether it's in business, whether it's to do with money. It's often money. Everyone is fearful around money. It's highly charged. Same with personal relationship, intimate relationship, high personal charges around that energetically. The other one too is around religion, right? So there's and politics, but let's just not go there. All right, let's just keep this a safe and sacred space right now. So, hi, Bridget. So whatever that fear is that's coming up, it's actually blocked in one of your energetic intelligence fields. So we have 5 different intelligent fields. We have the cellular intelligence that's in our body. We have the emotional intelligence, thought intelligence, soul intelligence, and then universal intelligence. I'm just really giving you a bit of a massive overview here to sort of grasp that there is so much more invisible to become aware of, that it can become visible. And what I do is I help you see all these patterns in the different levels. And the way I described it, like, to my mum today was like, Mum, tell me, look out the window, can you see the wind? Can you see wind? And she said, well, you can't really see wind. No, you can't see wind, but you can see the effects of wind. If you can feel it on your skin, you can see flags flapping in the wind, or maybe tree leaves or tree branches, but you can't see wind. And so energy is just like that. A lot of people they misunderstand energy because they've relying so much on their optical senses here as being their reality. And rather than understanding and connecting with their full body, which is the full body suit, the conduit for the senses of all the infinite energy for infinite possibility and infinite information. So backing up, I just wanted to give you this background so that if it really connects with you, jump on the masterclass with me. It's a free masterclass, and I get to really take you through small processes with me. But we, with our brain, our nervous system, it's so integral to our whole flow of energy. You have the left hemisphere and you have the right hemisphere. And you also have the prefrontal cortex, which is the thinking brain, or I call it the angel brain. And then you have the emotional brain. It's deeper into the back of the brain. It's the limbic system. It's where the amygdala is. You may have heard of that. I described the amygdala like the 2 tiny little almond-sized glands, so to speak. And I describe them as the big sentinels that stand guard to the base of the brain, to the prefrontal cortex. And they do many things around emotion, but their predominant one is around fear. And they're to protect the brain from fear, anything that's a perceived threat. Now, remember I said to you that between 0 and 7, you are collecting all this information that you're exposed to in your environment from actually before birth. Right? So when you're in your mother's womb, you're being downloaded all the information in your mother's body, but not just from her body, but from 7 generations back. Right? This is where all the energy comes in. And like, so you could be carrying stuck energy that's not even your energy. It could be great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, right? Or mother. It could be somebody down the line that you're carrying that energy for stuck in your system at one of your energetic intelligence levels. Am I going really fast? I think I am. But I don't want you to think about this. I just want you to receive. Stay open with me, okay? So you have the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. Most people are stuck, trapped in the left hemisphere, the thinking brain, the logical side of the brain, the over-analytical side, controlling, criticism, judgment of self and others, really stuck and trying to create their new life or a new possibility from a space of what they think they know, right? That's where, I guess, the ego tends to push it to the left-hand side of the brain a lot. That's keeping it really simplified. The right side of the brain is like the gateway to the body, right? It's where the energy from the body is interpreted through the body, through the right hemisphere, and connected into a whole brain state. And if your brain is out of balance because you're predominantly the left side, which most people are, some people are a little bit too much on the right, but most people are on the left, right? But when you're out of balance, your brain can't communicate connected and be protected, right? It can't then serve in a thriving state. The other thing, going back to those two sentinels, the amygdala, right? The fear, flight, or freeze response. If they detect anything that's fearful, they're going to shunt it and push it away. Now, most of us push away new infinite possibilities and opportunities because we perceive them as a threat based on what we know as a familiar blueprint from 0 to 7 because of a childhood experience. Is this making sense? Is this really cool? The other thing I wanted to bring into alignment is about how the body, right? So you've got the left hemisphere, the right hemisphere, and there you've got the body. You want to bridge the brain with the body and the heart. So I want you to think about something right now. Think about the robotic probes or the rover that they have out on Mars, right? NASA has all these space elements going on there to detect and sense the environment of Mars, right? So it's got thermodetectors, it's got these robotic probes. They have all these sensors on there that pick up information on the environment, right? And then that information is then relayed back to planet Earth via a frequency. Pretty amazing, right? It's really insane. So that's what I'm talking about. Energy like the wind, you can't see it, but it's there. Well, we're on different frequencies, and when you tune into those frequencies, you can get the information. You can perceive the senses, the information that is flowing through, but you must be tuned in on the right channel. And you can't do that if you're blocking it because there's fear blocking. Well, fear is just energy. Energy is, emotions are energy in motion, and so it's emotional blocks that are stuck in the body at one of the 5 intelligent levels, the energetic intelligences. So using the experience of the robotic probes, I want you to understand your human body is the vehicle, it's the robotic probe here on planet Earth for your soul. Your soul is so much bigger and more expanded than this unit that is a sensory detection device for this experience here on planet Earth. And when we get that and we understand that, and the other part is people say to me all the time, Katie, what's the difference between soul and spirit? The difference is, I'm going to relay it to you like this. Think of the ocean. You've got a big pool of the ocean, right? Everybody, you understand the ocean is the pool of the body of water. Now, if you took a bucket to the ocean and you scooped up a bucket of water out of that, you don't call the water in the bucket ocean, do you? You call it water, right? So water is soul. Ocean is spirit. You are part of the collective spirit. And it's a bit like, the best way, you already know this, because when you feel inspired to take action in something, or you get an inspirational idea, do you know what that means? It means you're in spirit. You're in the infinite realm of possibilities. You're tapped in, tuned in, turned on, and you're connected. And so you're in flow. Is this cool? Is this really cool? I'd love some feedback. I don't know if I'm going too fast, too slow, or if I've just completely lost you, or if this is really powerful for you to be aware of. So really, share me some, if you've got any questions or share some love, give me some comment, let me know that you're listening. Carly Reeve says, yes, thank you so much. We've got a few wows. Excellent. Thank you very much. Renee, hi, honey. Gorgeous to see you again. So I really I wanted to give you the understanding of the human bodysuit and to be able to get just at this most simplified level about how the brain and the body is connected through the nervous system, and there's the whole fight, flight, freeze response, and and then there's also the that's part of the sympathetic nervous system. So there's another part of the nervous system that is really important, and it's called the parasympathetic nervous system, and it takes you into rest and digest. The challenge is that in today's society, we are sensing so much through our physical bodies and our perceived senses, stress, right? So much stress. I mean, you don't even have to think very hard to figure out that, gosh, people are stressed about money right now. They're stressed about the global environment. They're stressed about children. They're stressed about health. They're stressed about relationships. There's so much going on that is just this chronic stress, keeping people stuck in a fight, flight, freeze, perpetuating hamster wheel, if you like. And all that is doing is blocking energy, fear, which is blocking energy, emotions in a cellular level, in an emotional level, in a thought level, in a soul level, and at the universal level. Not so much in the universal level, but like it's the four will disconnect you from the universal level if you are contracted in fear and you have energetic blocks. So one of my great gifts is I am an empath. Excuse me. I'm an empath. And more than that, I mean, that's just a bit of a label. Let me just describe it. I see, hear, feel, and know the field. I have the ability and a capacity that with your soul's permission, I can step in and I can see what's going on. And rather than tell you what to do next, I simply shine a light on the pathway to show you so that you can, it shines it up so you can see where you're stuck. And then you can also see you've got new possibilities and you are empowered with choice to take your different step, your next action. And so that's one of the gifts that I bring. And if you're really inspired by this, I really love to help women, particularly if you've been through any kind of like traumatic experience, past or present. If you're right in the thick in the middle of it, I can still help you. Come on the free class, see what you get out of it. Usually, I might want to do a little bit of deeper work with you if you're right in the thick of it. But I can tell you there's been so many things that I've been through on a personal and a professional level. As a paramedic, I witnessed, with all due politeness, the petri dish of society, right? Like I experienced all of the horrible stuff that you could only imagine or see on TV and more. Right? And then on a personal level, I've been through some of the stuff as well. It's the way of the light worker. It's part of the journey. You attract moths to the flame, right? They will attack. They will put you through your spiritual fire. And if this feels like any resonance for you too, where you know that you've got this sensory ability and you've been through some narcissistic abuse or you've been through some toxic relationships or maybe some really disheveled experiences, dysfunction growing up when you were a kid. You feel like you're the odd one out of your family. All of these things, all these experiences are very much in resonance with making sure that you become not just consciously, but you subconsciously in alignment with reprogramming yourself to be more empowered, to make sure that you're in flow with the channel of all possibilities. So much love, light, and manifesting magic to you. If you would love to join me on the next masterclass, you can click the link, which I'll add to the top of the page. I will also pop that link in here now, and you can register and join me on the next masterclass. Much love, light, and manifesting magic. If this has been of great value to you, let me know. Just say something down in the chat box. Let me know if this has been awesome, and if you've got any more questions, because I will do more future Facebook Lives based on those. If you love it, I'll be here more. If you don't love it, well then I'll change track. I'll share more privately again. All right, much love. Bye.